Good morning. Today I'd like to do a little follow-up on the journey we began last week that I called Living in Love, an inspirational follow-up. This is actually the thought that God planted in my heart that made me pray for more focus on love even before it occurred to me that it might also help with any performance anxieties I have. I was thinking about that verse that we mentioned a long time ago, you know, the prayer in Ephesians that that the eyes of your heart might be enlightened so that you might know what is the glorious riches of his calling in his inheritance in you. And verses like this verse that Jesus said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Come and enter your master's happiness." And in the passage, especially this haunting passage I'm going through reading right now in Luke chapter, I think it's chapter 14, where Jesus tells the Pharisees when they're inviting somebody to a party to instead invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind. And then he says, at the resurrection of the godly, God will reward you for inviting those who could not repay you. So, in another place, Paul says to slaves, knowing that, serve their master not as eye pleasers, quote, knowing that whatever good anyone does, this he will receive back from the Lord, whether he is a slave or free. You see, anything that we do out of love for God is something that when we get to heaven, he's going to review with us and say, hey, there's a place where you successfully said, I love you back. He said, I love you to us. And we're learning to say, to receive that love and then say, Jesus, I love you too. How happy we will be that we sent Jesus these eternal messages of love as we've been going. How happy we can be right now as we do such things in love. So let's get started today.